Houston, we have a problem or not? Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead, the senior broker of Team Rennick, part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. This is our third video we're producing this morning, so the third time I'll share because they're distributed at different times. No convertible today. It is cold under Florida standards. So let's get going. What am I talking about? Recently, the FAA has voiced a concern about the current rollout of 5G technology. That's a new technology we use with our cell phones, and I'll talk more about that. The altimeters used on airplanes when landing, they say, may be impacted by this technology. So let's go back and look at some history and talk about how we got to where we are. But before we do that, though, what I find kind of interesting is this technology rollout's been in the works for many years. And now at the last minute, the FAA is raising a concern. I just wonder why it wasn't caught sooner if it's truly a problem. And that's why I say, is it a problem? So let's go back in history. We all use our cell phones. We pretty much live or die by the cell phones today. So 1G, which is where cell phone technology started about 1 million years ago, that's in jest, of course. 1G was all about voice. It's the ability to use your phone from your car. That's all it was. We ultimately went to 2G, and that technology introduced what's called short messaging. It's layer. It's today's texting technology was built upon that. So 2G allowed limited texting technology. 3G came about and it provided the core network speeds that were needed actually to launch smartphones. We have internet access, we have apps that work. It began back in 3G's rollout. Today, most of the phones are 4G. Some of them have the new 5G. But 4G provides us with the high data transfer rates that we need. So this is all about being able to do a lot of things. When my home internet provider goes down, and that's happened recently, I actually can take the television and use my cell phone on 4G capability as a modem, and I can stream Netflix or Hulu or Disney Channel or whatever. So that's what 4G does. 5G, which is rolling out right now, and some of us have capabilities on their cell phone for 5G, that's a wireless technology to deliver higher multiple gigabits per second, not megabits, but gigabits. It is basically life-changing in terms of what this technology can do in terms of speed. Just think about that. The old cables coming into the homes for internet access, those very easily could go away down the road and become part of the history books. So let's get a little bit more specific of 5G. What's the difference between 5G and 4G? 5G has the potential to be 100 times faster than 4G. So look at your cell phones now that you're using for data. 100 times faster. Think of what can be delivered in a short amount of time. The other thing is latency is better. Latency is lag, how long it takes from the sending point to get to your phone, the receiving point. Latency goes down tremendously in terms of the new technology. So when we reduce latency, why is that important? Think about this. Self-driving cars. Physicians in the operating room delivering things just as fast as possible. Artificial intelligence. All of that plays into why latency is important. Coverage. That's another aspect that's different. Today, 5G is lacking in relations to the other technologies. 4G is the big rollout, so 5G is on the way. So that's where it's lacking today, but that's going to change. I know in downtown Sarasota, we have 5G is rolled out, and my phone actually gets with that. Bandwidth is another issue. Bandwidth for 5G is expected to have more capacity. The amount of bits or the amount of data that can transfer across the spectrum. So that's another thing that happens. What's the problem, though? The FAA is saying the new 5G frequencies are close to the ones used by radio altimeters, like I mentioned for the airlines. So more has to go into this. Safety when landing a plane, is the utmost importance. Very, we can't get around that. But there's folks suggesting that maybe this isn't a problem, so more work needs to be done. We're here at the Sarasota Airport. You can see part of the landing fields behind me, but we've got to take a look at this. So we have life-changing technology that is starting to get rolled out. People have invested a lot of money into it. Is there going to be a problem? There needs to be something in the process, a testing process, so that this stuff, we can get our arms around it. So Just a short intro into what's happening and some of the controversy. We'll be back to tell more. Thank you for watching. I'm Mike Rennick. My personal cell, if you need anything, is 941-400-8735. Thanks for watching.